Hey, game talkers, let's talk gaming. This is Talk Gaming Podcast, episode 14. I'm joined, this is Chris. I'm joined with the usuals, the full group again. Nobody called in sick. We got, ladies and gentlemen, J-Bone,
Hell.
Bob,
Yep.
and of course, dare I say it, we have Richard Radwan, a.k.a. the Seventh Soul.
He gets like the best intro. I need like a better day.
Because I have the best snake.
Because of that Hawaiian shirt, dude.
As I live and breathe.
Because of that Hawaiian shirt, dude. It's all because of that Hawaiian shirt, I'm telling you.
Just gotta keep wearing it.
The seventh sword and his little swords.
Big week, Gamescom, huh? Well, we'll get to that in a sec. What have you guys been playing?
Oh,
Wow.
I'll start out. I was gone for a while, for most of the week, since the last podcast. So I got a lot of Vita time in. Played a lot of Dragon's Crown.
Dragon's Crown.
Played a lot of Muramasa Rebirth.
Vanillaware games.
Beat Limbo. Yeah, so.
do you like Limbo?
Yeah, Limbo was fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Limbo was
Good
awesome. That's all I played. And then, of course, Last of Us Online.
Yeah. Online, grounded mode Last of Us, and after I beat that, once I platinum, I'll probably start Fez.
You!
But then I got
Fez.
Watch Bob's,
Fez.
and then
dude,
Wolfenstein.
Play a
too.
real game.
I got
Or Wolfenstein. I'll give you a Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
It's a fair game. But
Fez.
I still got Wolfenstein like in the back of my mind on the back burner.
you should do Wolfenstein.
Oh, I need that back, dude. You have to sell that. I'll need that back. Or did you buy it? Or did you borrow it?
No, you let me borrow it, dude.
Yeah, I need that back.
I can always ship it to you. I just ship
Time
it to
crunch.
Oh, you have that and Ground Zeroes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're never getting
Two
this back.
games. He's going with 2 games.
J-Bone's buried. He's got too much on the burner.
Wow, you see me rubbing my eyes,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
You guys,
he's
I
stressed
feel
out.
the fucking pulsation pressure,
should.
dude.
Go get it now.
Just stop.
It's not like I asked you to bring it.
J-Bone,
Stop talking to me!
J-Bone, what are you playing?
No, I fucking... Wait, what am I
said
playing?
it.
Yeah, I already
You
said
He
it.
already said it.
Yeah,
That's it?
Grounded mode, yeah, Last of Us, and online, you know?
right.
Kicking ass on that. I'm starting to get good on that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm starting to fucking taking...
like
when we face him and shit, we just like... He kicks our ass and then we kick his ass and shit. Fucking works, dude.
All right, I guess it's Bob. Bob. So I've been playing. I was in Maine, and so I didn't really play that much because it was a long ass drive. It's like 30 fucking hours, and I drove a lot of the way, so I didn't get to play. But when I did, I played Zelda: Ocarina of Time on the DS. Which I didn't get far every time because I'm in the middle of the game.
What'd you get?
I'm still at the. I just got eaten by the fish, and it's roughly. I'm in the.
Okay, so you're at the beginning still.
The
Third stone.
Yeah.
You're getting the third stone.
And I always forget what I have to do because I always like don't finish the spot where I'm at. So that's Zelda. And then I played Tearaway, which is a good game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's really hard. Really hard to get into when I'm driving. So other than that,
Don't play and drive, Rich. Don't play and
Well,
drive.
I wasn't driving, but in a car it gets me sick though. So I mean,
You get car sick?
You're like,
yeah. So I mean that's what I have.
Bob, you gonna grill some food tomorrow, next day,
Oh,
day after
God.
that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, God.
And then drink some of that cinnamon whiskey?
Bob threw up.
Yeah, my birthday I threw up, and it was with grilled food.
Where were you at, Bob?
I was in Maine, all the way in Maine.
Jesus.
But I want to tell you a story that was even funnier. We were trying to get to Niagara Falls, and I don't know if you guys know this on your GPS. I thought in the GPS would how you could avoid tollways and shit like that.
Yeah.
In the GPS, they don't avoid going across the state. They will take you through Canada without telling you on the GPS. I mean, so we're going in, we're following it, and all of a sudden it said a bridge to Canada. I'm like, oh, I bet there's a way to go to United States. Yeah, maybe it was stupid of us. But then we get up there, and they're like, where's your passports? I'm like, oh, we don't have passports.
Where's your passports?
No, she's like, didn't you read the sign? And she said it 500 times. I was losing my mind. So she gives us a little sign saying, we're not going over the border, we're just turning around. So we had to go in this way and then do a U-turn. Then we get to the border patrol, people, back in the United States, which we haven't left the USA, notably. They come in and they look at us and they're like, we have our phones, so drop everything, and they're freaking out and stuff. And
No way.
No, it was they were all intense stuff, get out of the car, get out of the car. We had to get out of the car. They moved our car. They
moved your car?
Yeah, no, seriously, they were freaking out. We were like, why don't you have passports? Why are you up here? And it was 2 in the morning. We're like,
Dude, land of the free. You can't even go where you want.
Yeah,
dude.
you already
right.
I know. I was like, let's go to Canada.
man, man.
Anywho, so they search all our cars. They ruin everything. You know how
America.
there was a cabin. They were asking us questions. They were interviewing us. It was ridiculous. And all we wanted to do was turn around.
we have the sign.
Why would you give us a sign saying we're not crossing the border? We're not doing that stuff. But other than that, And Last of Us. I played Last of Us last night, so I really haven't played much games because I've fucking been
busy
getting,
Bobs.
Cavity search.
We kicked ass last night, Bob.
Yeah.
We all did, dude. We all fucking,
Yeah,
pounded.
Yeah, that's about it though.
All right, Richard Red One, a.k.a. the Seventh Sword. What have you been playing?
You guys know what I've been working on. I've been playing Twilight Princess again, and I started Dark Souls 2 up, and it's gonna be up on YouTube.
And you still haven't beat Watch Bobs, huh?
Nope.
Maybe you could put that.
Bob, you didn't even beat Watch Bobs. Am I the only one here who's beat Watch Bobs?
I'm gonna beat it. I'll beat it.
I'm the only one that had the ADD to get through it.
It was fun.
Well, I guess I can. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll probably
It's
play
been
it
hard.
again.
Rough Bob.
I'll come back to it.
Rough Bob.
I always have it to come back to.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying before, big week. Gamescom. Lots of announcements. Did you guys see the Call of Duty Advanced Warfighter? Is it Advanced Warfighter?
Si,
Warfare?
senor. Si,
Warfare.
I don't even remember it.
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced
I almost call it
Okay,
Warfighter
that's better than
Call of Duty Modern
Yeah.
Ghosts Warfare Advanced.
So
Black
COD,
Ops Edition.
COD Aw. That's how I remember it.
COD,
Advanced,
yeah.
COD off?
Advanced Warfare. So COD
COD.
Advanced Warfare.
No,
They released.
it's-
Shut up. They released
COD.
They released a for Gamescom. They had like a whole hour present, like 42-minute presentation, something like that, and they showed a bunch of gameplay features and everything. I don't know if you guys saw it.
The Exo abilities?
Yeah. So it's they went straight Titanfall with it.
Yep.
There's you get the boosters.
You just can't parkour on the walls.
Yeah, you get
Which is
boosters.
the
You can
coolest
fly
part.
up everywhere.
Which is
You
the
can do
coolest
like
part of Titanfall, yeah.
circles in the air. Like yeah.
But you
You
do
can
a-
hover for a sec.
You can do a ground dash. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They show a lot of stuff.
You know what I thought was pretty cool was I actually said out loud, I'm like, whoa, that's fucking awesome. Was when they're like incoming tsunami, and it showed
Yeah.
like the big you could see it coming, and like everyone had to like jump out of the sand. Like, into
That's
the cliff.
that's their answer to Battlefield 4's
Levolution?
Levolution, yeah, that's their
Yeah.
Levolution. It's pretty
No
pathetic,
destructible
but-
environments still, though, right?
No,
No?
nope. of
No,
course
you
not.
can just probably still shoot a tree and it falls into
Kind
the
of.
correct spot.
Slightly? Yeah, like
Maybe.
exactly where you want it to
In a
go.
scripted event, yeah.
But
So no real crazy improvements besides just boosters
More
and
fluidity
different
in the
weapons. Yeah, like graphically it looked decent. Like it looked good. It
correct
looks,
me if I'm wrong. I mean, I didn't actually have time to look at the trailer, or I just didn't look at it. But did the graphics get any better? I heard that they weren't actually changing.
honestly, dude,
that it
I
wasn't
didn't
changing.
really notice that huge of a difference.
Yeah,
between
it's-
them.
Like, it's not,
yeah.
is it a new engine?
It looked like 7.
That's what they'd said, but it's the same exact specs as Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. Yeah, it's literally spec for spec, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
it can be the same specs, but they could just be using their resources more effectively.
They could have polished the lighting.
Yeah.
And like that. I mean,
It definitely looks a little bit better.
that's what they said with each COD though. They're like,
It
oh my
doesn't-
gosh, they're like, oh, we use brand new
but
lighting
does it
techniques.
look
and I'm
like
like,
Battlefield does? No, it doesn't.
No.
Look, it doesn't have that level of
detail.
detail.
And Battlefield looks awesome.
It does.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little like whatever about Call of Duty at this point. Like I need to see a lot more. I need to play it for myself, see how much fun I have with it. Because at this point, it's like, well, I have Titanfall. Why do I need Call of Duty?
Yeah, it looks like you actually have to pick different forms of mobility, so they're kind of like their own little perk.
That is kind of
Yep.
scary, though.
So that's interesting.
Just thinking of that for like perks and everything, is because I remember we were playing Crisis 3 and the movement perk in that game decided to get you from like you can run so fast you couldn't kill them. In
Let's
time.
talk about perks in balance in multiplayer for a second.
Yes,
There's been numerous games that we've played recently,
Oh,
like
yes.
you know the game Titanfall or not Titanfall. What's it called? Like Last of Us, like Crisis games that he's mentioned. Pretty much any
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
Call of Duty,
Duty,
of course. Yeah.
Recent Halo games now do it.
Halo games and like perks in multiplayer like were fun at first, like when they had like the kill streak, you know what I mean, like in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, when they had like, you know, you get 3, you get the UAV, you get the helicopter, or no, mortar I think it was, and then you get the helicopter.
It
That
rewards
is the
you
highest
like,
one.
for doing well. The more kills you
Right.
get, the better perks you get, the more you kill. That's how
And
it
as
works.
we go, the perks in these kill streaks get absolutely ridiculous, and they throw off the balance of the game to the point where they're now, like we had mentioned last podcast, Last of Us, is charging people for perks.
Yeah.
That
For
is-
like
yeah.
game-ruining,
You-
like
you-
game-changing perks.
and you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to buy the best
Right.
perks. You
and
can't
it's like
just earn them.
it's getting to the point where
That's
where the
terrible.
perks
That is terrible.
where the perks aren't fun anymore, and they're throwing off the balance of the game. They're throwing off the skill required to
One
win the
perk
game.
has you start with a med kit, recover faster, gain parts as you recover,
Mm-hmm.
crouch walk faster, and then when you die and when you're down, you have more time when you're down.
And all of them, I mean,
It's like one perk.
And like Commando and Call of Duty, like where you can
Ridiculous.
knife them from like 45 feet away.
I'm watching-
like, stuff like that. Just throws off the balance of the game, and
I'm
it
wa-
ruins it. It
I'm
makes it
watching
unfair.
the multiplayer for this, and you wonder because they have cloaking and they have all these different like what do they call them? Kill streaks.
Yeah.
You wonder if you gotta pay for it. If it's like hidden fee, dude.
I mean, honestly,
like a microtransaction.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Naughty Dog can do it now means anybody can do it. Naughty Dog's getting away with it. No one has brought that up in any reviews.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone get mad that you have to buy guns and add-ons. No one's on Naughty Dog's ass about it. So
Well, I
it's
know
weird.
Call of Duty, and it's funny that I'm actually going to be on Call of Duty side, but I know they'd have different weapons, a couple different weapons for the for DLC that comes out, and this is just not DLC. This is just like, oh, we already have this and we're adding it on. I don't know, like in Last of Us, just a big deal. But I know perks can be a really good idea. I mean, they could work really well. You can customize your thing, but the problem is that they need to make sure they're balanced, and I don't feel like that they're ever finding a good balance. There's always a couple that you could use in a certain game that are just
They could be
absolutely
good.
cheap.
They could be good, but when you ruin the core of the gameplay, like we'll use Last of Us as an example because it's the most recent. When you get a perk where you can like not show up on people's listen mode, it throws off that. When you get a perk that you can revive revive faster, like way faster, or like sprint super long or super fast. That's Crisis I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just things like that. It's just like it throws off the whole balance of the game. It throws off.
It does.
Like the point of the multiplayer. Like
I just
it
think-
takes away the challenge of being like everybody's even and it's whoever wins is the best player in the thing.
yeah,
Like, that's it.
That's why, I mean, Titanfall did it right with the burn cards, because those are perks in a sense, but they're perks that are time
One-time use.
One-time use,
Yep.
and it lasts like
Yeah,
10
I mean,
to 30
honestly,
seconds.
that
Right?
was-
Titanfall was, even though it was a shallow game, it was probably one of the most balanced games I've ever
And
played.
even if you
With the
got the
mechs and
summon a
everything.
Titan in right away, you could still destroy it being a ground troop.
Yeah, I
it
think
wasn't
they-
like
yeah.
it wasn't like a huge advantage. It was just like a nice little perk, which is
Yeah.
what a perk should be, not a game-winning bug.
I
Yeah.
think no, it really is. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Yeah, Titanfall. The problem was shallow, and maybe perks would have added to it. But at the same time, I don't feel like they would because it just ruins like the integrity of the game. And what they should do, at least, they should have the chance, like when you're playing a multiplayer match, have an idea of no perks or perks. Play like have the option that you could just completely eliminate.
like a game
them.
type, like no perks.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Oh,
no perks.
yeah.
They have stuff like that, like hardcore. And
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
what they
that, but
did
it's
in
like,
the original Call of Duty or something like that. It was just like classic team deathmatch, with only three
Yeah.
little kill streaks.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it'd be hard just to add an extra option, and you're
I know.
taking away mechanics. So
It's like they don't want to do that because they want to have people purchase the microtransactions
True.
if there
But-
are some.
But that wasn't for Call of Duty though. That wasn't. I mean, I could see Last of Us' reason because they want you to purchase it.
it's gotten to the point where like I get a game like when you guys remember when I got Last of Us. I didn't play the PS3 online, but when I played the PS4 online, I got on and I was looking through like the multiplayer menus and stuff, like Gear Up and all that stuff, and checking out your equipment and stuff. And then I don't remember who I was in the party with, but as soon as I found that there was perks, I was like, oh shit, there's perks in this game? Like, and I called it out right away before I even started my first match. I'm like, these perks are going to throw off the balance of the game, and I'm going to end up hating it.
it does.
Oh, dude, you were
and, like-
getting pissed last night, dude.
Yeah.
You were getting pissed last night. We
Yeah.
were all getting pissed
because
in
you
some
don't
matches.
know who has what perks, so
Yeah.
how you can't
Yeah.
possibly be
People are
prepared for any
people are
situation.
paying for weapons, like,
Well,
and
there's
and
no way you
perks
can-
that are just...
That's what,
We all got the enforcer.
yeah.
I didn't.
Oh,
Nope.
I did.
Nope.
Well-
Not spending a
Nope.
dime. Nope.
See, the problem is when they add these perks and they add all this stuff, and especially with Last of Us, I really don't feel like they care that much for the multiplayer. They really don't. It's just kind of added, and we're just kind of in this like purgatory zone where we don't have much games, so we want a fun multiplayer game. It's a little different, but it's just if they're going to do it, they need to have the dedicated servers or dedicated people working on it. I mean, just think of the MOBAs that's been crazy. There's so many powers, think about it, they have MOBAs that have over 100-something people with different powers, different skills, and different abilities. And yeah, I know that it's not always balanced, but they're always changing it, updating it, and trying to make
League
it
of
balanced
Legends,
and fix
dude.
it. Like League of Legends. There's
Yeah.
so many people of those, and Dota 2, and any, for pretty much essentially most MOBAs, or like the very popular ones, they are working on it to improve the balance. And the problem is with a lot of the multiplayer games, they just don't. I know it's a PC to console stuff, so I know that might have a factor on it, but it's just like they don't really care. Like look at Crisis 3. It would be awesome. I love that game. I love the stealth bow and stuff, but when they had that quick movement thing, they never fixed it, and I was like,
forgot
why
what it was
do I
called.
continue? It was
That
like,
was Crisis was so good until
Maximum speed.
something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like Crisis was really good until it got to the point where you got high enough level to get like the better perks, and those perks were like ridiculous. Like you run super fast, so there's no point in sniping because the maps weren't exactly sniper maps. So like people were just running, and you had like a split second to pull the trigger. Like people were running past your bullets. Like it just got stupid.
See, Crisis didn't need that because you already had that nano suit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just have that nano suit core gameplay in the multiplayer, and everyone would be even.
It wasn't part
It'd
of
be
it
great.
wasn't part of the core abilities. It was just a perk. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got the 3 abilities. You got get what cloak, maximum armor, and then the
Strength.
double jump, and then yeah.
And you also strength. But
the strength, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, it's fine.
With Bob's point with the MOBAs, though, the fact is that game is like League of Legends is purely multiplayer, so they have to cater that audience. Last of Us, they did good with the story. They sold the copies. The multiplayer, it's well crafted in terms of like actual playability, but in terms of balance, it's not.
Yeah, and
I feel like
and they don't care though because they don't need to make that better.
I feel like Call of Duty is the opposite. Like Call of Duty is like now focused on multiplayer and then throwing in like a 4.5 hour campaign. You know,
but I hate to keep bringing it up as a broken record, but they have been like catering more multiplayer stuff for The Last of Us, like more map packs and more this and updating to this and doing like they care because they know people like that. But as far as like the actual formula like itself and the coding and like the balance and stuff, it's totally just like we face people. It's just like what the fuck, dude? I got armor on and you like killed me.
Oh, the matchmaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, matchmaking
sucks too. We're going up against weaker. I guess you can call it level 1 through 10. And we're facing like 20s and 30s, and we're getting stomped, dude. It's bad.
I mean, I just don't think. I really just don't think that they. I know you said they're doing those things, but they're not doing enough for it. I mean, especially of how much money they're making with it. It's just. I want to like it. I think it has so much potential to be so great and
they just need
awesome.
a hardcore mode, dude, where there's no perks.
Well, just not even
That'd
that
be
though.
so fun.
They just need more like the matchmaking system. It's terrible. It's broken. It's like.
Did you know that they patched that yesterday? That the update that you downloaded yesterday for Last of Us? Yesterday or the day before was a patch for the matchmaking.
I probably had it. I didn't get it updated. Maybe
it probably auto updated, but you got it. We all got it. They released it yesterday or the day before.
Well, the matchmaking has been a little bit quicker.
It did
a little bit, but it's not balanced. I mean, we play like we're at level 13 and we're facing level 52s. I mean,
guess we'll try it out tonight, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, Destiny.
That's a yes.
The fact is Destiny does have perks as well, but it's done through leveling up your character in the single player. You're not actually you're picking these abilities as you go. And I wonder how that's going to play out towards the end when everyone has like a level maximum character. Like, how is that going to work?
I don't know, Rich.
Like, if I go into an arena versus J-Bone, who's played the game nonstop since it's come out, right? And he has all the abilities, and he is just like maxed out. And I come in as like a level 1. Am I going to have a chance against J-Bone?
He should be on my team.
Well, I think they're supposedly. I mean, they're going to try and fix the matchmaking and make them closer, but I don't think it's going to make a difference between your guns and his guns. They're going to be balanced out.
So it's going to basically like auto level up or down. Like everyone's going to be brought in.
So your gun maybe did 25 damage and his did like 2,800. They're all going to be like 25.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what they talked about. Which I actually.
But he could have like a triple jump, and I have 1, and I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I wonder.
See, like he could just jump away.
They're not
and
100%
I
sure,
can't get
but
that,
I mean, I don't think it's been fully introduced. But hopefully, in that situation, I really hope that it is kind of. I wouldn't mind the unbalanced part of it and those two. I just really hope that they try to closely relate the skills. So you know what I mean?
I feel like what they should do is that in the multiplayer they should just make everyone have the same abilities.
I don't like that. I like the idea.
No, like you can have class abilities.
In
you chose
what
Hunter,
game?
whatever.
Any game?
In Destiny at least. But like you can you'll have your class abilities. I'm saying, but you'll be on equal footing. Like if you had a triple jump, right? But in multiplayer matches they don't let you do a double jump. Everyone can only do a double jump. You can't do a triple. You know what I'm saying?
I guess they're saying too that the beta characters are not going to be in the final game.
No, they're not. They're not transferring over.
And
that's fine. Yeah, dude. I'll replay that again. Whatever.
I have no problem. I don't know. I like that. I think the idea of a perks is that you get to customize your character and you get to do different things. And it's kind of you get to see what you like intertweak. It just gives
perks
you more.
Are good, but you can't ruin the balance of the core elements of the game.
Well, that's the point.
Maybe they can show you who has what perk equipped when you're going into the match.
That's what MOBAs do.
There you go. So if MOBAs already do, I mean, if I know what I'm going to face, then I can at least plan a little bit ahead.
Or like when you die, it shows kill streak and it shows exactly what perks they have. Or you can click on their name and see what they're actually using.
Exactly.
I mean, those are ways of strategy that they can easily do.
But they better not have a perk that doesn't allow you to see other people's perks.
Perception, dude.
Yeah,
perception, dude.
Or a
need a perk to see perks so they can see their perks.
Yeah. Or a perception would be where
it shows fake perks.
Yeah, shows fake perks.
Yeah.
The
perks aren't real.
Your perks are fake, sir.
Sword sponges.
Well,
Sword sponges.
That's the problem. That's why I always have a problem with multiplayer.
T-shirt.
With multiplayer games.
Crowdfunding. We're gonna kickstart it.
Because when you start the game, it's always the best. Like when it's the first month of the game, you're like, this game is awesome. Because the multiplayer is just like everyone's
it's
new
fresh,
to it.
dude. Everybody's fresh. Nobody's got people haven't gotten
you haven't
ridiculous
cheated
perks.
the system.
Yeah.
And they haven't cheated the system. They don't know like all these little. But if you play like 6 months later and you see these people playing and you're like, dude, It lost all the fun.
That's what happened with Last of Us, dude. Like at this point, I'm like, I don't want to play it anymore. Like I'm just sick. Like I don't like it.
The level 50,
I just don't like it.
The
right
level
now.
52 that would kill you, and then run to the spawn point where he knows you're going to spawn there, and then waits right there, and then shoots you in the
It's
back
like
of
the
the head.
Last of Us multiplayer. Like, dude, when I first started playing it, it was awesome because everything was balanced. Nobody had anything. I was level 1 fighting other level 1s. It was just the straight up hardcore, like, dude, survival. And now it's just like people just overusing stuff or like. They could see you through walls or some shit like that with some special perk.
They need to just get rid of that vision mode altogether.
Yeah.
Like even in a single player, like it's cool. It's cool if you're new to that series, but just get rid of it.
And they got perks that I'm guilty using it because it's a cheap perk. They got perks where now the vision mode, like you can't see somebody on the vision mode.
Yeah.
And like it's like,
Covert
come on, really?
green.
Like that ruins the entire balance of the freaking multiplayer.
What they should have, instead of vision mode, they should just have sound. So when you just focus your hearing, and you can hear people's like footsteps like pitter patter a little bit. You don't know where they are exactly, but you can generalize where they are.
So since we're pissed off, and this is the pissed off rage cast,
every
let's dive into
now.
something that was a real hot topic today. Something that is pissing a lot of people off. Seventh Sword. What are we talking about here?
Tomb Bobber.
Tomb Bobber. Tomb Raider is the next Tomb Raider.
The rise.
The rise of Tomb
the
Bobber.
death of Tomb Raider.
The next Tomb, the death of Tomb Raider. The next Tomb Raider is
What
apparently
a stupid
been
decision.
announced
God damn it.
as an Xbox One
It's your
exclusive.
precious Square Enix.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I like Square Soft. Square Enix can go die.
It's a timed, so they say, Xbox One exclusive, and I do think it's timed.
I don't.
But
years,
that
365 days.
as Microsoft has already been on everybody's shit list, pissing everybody off, and now they've really done it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like people are up in arms. Kotaku's like pissed off.
Because
like, dude,
there's-
people
Oh, yeah.
are pissed, and I'm like, what are you doing, Microsoft? Like, don't you think this through? Like,
Stupid. I mean,
what are you doing?
They just released the definitive edition on PS4 for people who haven't had a chance to play it yet.
And I was telling Chris, 69% of those sales were all PS4.
Yeah, most of the sales for the definitive edition were PS4. It's what got Tomb Raider back in the black and
Yep.
allowed them to basically proceed with making a sequel.
the next one.
And
And now
all-
they're gonna put it on the worst console that's out. I
and
prefer a Wii
abandoned
U
all the
over.
fans that they could have built on the PS4.
I don't prefer on the Wii U, but that's
It's ridiculous.
just dude, you know what? Like, I'm trying not to hate on Xbox, but they're just like they're fucking.
I was telling
pissing me
Chris
off,
too.
dude.
It's like they're doing the thing where it's just like they're bullying you to buy their
Yeah.
console. You're
Buy
not
it, you
spending
can't play it.
$60 on the game. You're now spending $460 on the game.
there might be a bundle though. 400.
Oh yeah, 400. You know, whoop-de-doo.
Right, so I can,
Because they have the money to market it and prop it up like they do with
They need sales.
It'll have the
now.
climbing
Call of
axe
Duty.
on
Yeah,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait for the PS4 version that comes out. That's 1080p, 60 frames per second, instead of playing the Xbox One shit version.
you might have to wait a
920p, 940p, or whatever.
They were
30 frames.
They were very specific.
frames.
They were very specific,
38
and they were very
frames.
vague on their word usage. They said exclusive to Xbox, holiday of 2015, and people were pressuring this. I forget who, for Crystal Dynamics. They're pressuring the president about come on, what about these other consoles? And he wouldn't budge.
Yeah.
So either he's like, no, it's Xbox only. You go on their website, it says who they platforms: Xbox One, Xbox 360.
360 too.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
coming
It's
out
awesome.
last
on
gen.
Not
Crystal
only that,
Dynamics.
it's a multi-platform.
and they
On
said-
Crystal Dynamics website.
Oh my god! And Crystal Dynamics is also quoted as saying, "We're going to be pushing the envelope. We're going to make this game super next gen, but they're going to be making it on last gen."
on an inferior console.
Yeah, and they also said, "Oh, we're not abandoning our PS4, companions. We just released Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for
Which
it."
basically,
go
yeah,
play that. That's
which basically means go play the go
fuck
play,
yourself.
Yeah,
That's
go
what that means,
go
yeah.
fuck
we
yourself.
also-
That's what Xbox did. That's what Microsoft did, dude. The Phil Spencer or whatever. I think it was Phil. No, it wasn't Phil Spencer. It was the guy before him.
Yeah,
That.
go
Don
play your
Patrick.
360.
Yeah, it's like, if you can't afford an
Yeah.
Xbox One, you don't want one, we gotta go get a 360. You got a great 360.
You want
I'm like,
online?
what?
He said,
Yeah,
you
no,
want
because
online?
that was the
Yeah, if you want online,
or
yeah.
in the army, or
if you don't want your content always to be online,
Dude,
then
you
go
do
play the
not-
360.
Yeah, go play
Not
the
how you-
360.
And that's when
I'm
they're
like,
like,
It's not how
what
you
about the
message
people-
to
what about the
millions
people?
of
What about
people.
veterans and subs?
Yeah.
Veterans and subs can't do it.
And now Crystal Dynamics just did that, and I'm like, dude, you just pull the Microsoft. This is coming straight out of Microsoft's mouth, dude.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Because
It's just-
Microsoft was in control of it because they gave them a big fat handout to keep it on Xbox One as
Oh
a time
my
exclusive.
God.
Oh,
You
they
know
gave
it.
it. They probably. I mean,
how much do you think they paid him?
I don't know, but obviously
they're-
safe. It's safe. Crystal Dynamics is going to make as much money as they need from this game with Microsoft.
Well, if they're like
payment.
this, so like
Yeah.
if they're like, okay, so everyone can keep their job, you guys will make money off this if you sign this deal with us. This is a guarantee. Would you accept? I mean, if you're a producer, I mean, I understand the integrity and like you understand the raise that people are going to have for the PS4 or any other platform. But at the same time, it's a good deal for them, and I can't blame them. But I know Xbox doing it because they want the sales. So the only thing I could say in a positive light from it, which is not really a positive, just because I was kind of thinking of myself, is I'm glad I have Xbox One because now I actually play a game. Now I actually have a reason to have Xbox One.
I just don't like their ecosystem, and I just don't see myself. It's not a console seller to me.
Exactly, dude. Here's the thing. If Xbox already didn't shit all over all their fans in the last year, they could have a better. They wouldn't get so much flack for keeping Tomb Raider as an exclusive. But since they've already taken a dump on everybody and pissed everybody off, and now they're saying, "Well, fine, then we're getting Tomb Raider, and you guys have to buy it now." That's what they're doing, and that's why I'm just like,
it's just another bad thing they've done.
I'm like, just another douchebag thing, and I'm like, come on, dude. And you know what? It's like, even if you're like, oh, now I have something else to play on my Xbox One. It's like, dude, now, you know what? I'm still glad I don't have an Xbox One.
And I can fault Crystal Dynamics, Bob. You know why? Because doing this is selling out and basically saying we don't really believe in our product. We don't think it's going to do well on both platforms. We don't think it's going to do well enough. So that's ridiculous.
Well,
they don't. That just
it alienates the fan base. That's for sure. And it now becomes. What this becomes now? It becomes
not about the gamers.
No, it becomes Tomb Raider versus Uncharted 4 for 2015.
Uncharted 4 is going to win.
They're not fucking compete. They're not even going to compete. It's Naughty Dog, dude. Come on. I mean, Crystal Dynamics is awesome. They make good shit, but dude, it's Naughty Dog.
Well, Naughty Dog's going to pay for half the story now because apparently that's what they're going to do with every fucking bullshit thing that they could do.
I mean,
I'm a little pissed off at Naughty. I'm actually pissed off about a lot of things, so we can't even talk about Uncharted 4 without getting pissed. I'm getting pissed off thinking about it.
Wait, what did they do?
What?
They paid for the story?
Paid for what?
No, I'm just making them bullshit in that. In single player.
You mean
in order to see the ending of the story, please pay this.
Like microtransactions?
Yeah, microtransactions. Wait, you didn't like him dying?
Like an axe comes insert $5.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Fuck me. If that comes the case, dude, I quit gaming, dude. I'll burn the shit.
Yep,
I'll burn it, dude.
Yeah, Going back to Nintendo, dude.
I just play
I'll move to Cuba.
NES.
NES.
Go back to NES, dude.
NES.
Yep. That's it.
I don't know. It just
when you paid one full price for everything, dude. The glory days.
I missed that. Now everything has.
You wonder
an
why?
extended price tag.
What were they thinking though? You wonder what Square Enix was thinking.
Did you guys read what Jeremy Abney posted about Riot Games and League of Legends and Talk Gaming? That article was awesome. That article was because how League of Legends works is it's a free game. You download it, you play it. You don't need anything. There's not a single ounce of pay to win in that game. The only thing that you pay for is character skins. That's it. You don't pay for abilities. You don't pay for anything else. Now, what people were saying is people were hating on Riot Games and saying well, they're stupid that they're not taking advantage of the market and making more shit like abilities and stuff pay to play. And Riot Games was like, well, no, we're not. We made it a free game, and look, we're the most popular game in the world right now. And we did it without doing microtransactions. All you pay for is character skins or buying a character.
And it's an addicting experience.
Yeah, and
rooms do so little.
And the characters that they have are all balanced, and even the ones that you start off with, you can face all the new ones with them. Right. If you get good enough, you get good enough.
And I was cheering Riot Games on, dude, because they were just going on. And then all the investors and people were just game sites, review sites and stuff were just well, they're stupid for not, capitalizing on the gamers,
all they think about is the dollar signs.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck you, dude. It's not about that at all. It's about the game.
The thing about it, though, is what Riot Games or what games are going to do. If a game does that and they actually take, their time thinking of the customer and stuff, people are going to appreciate that. And
that's why
are they not making money?
People.
Are they not making money?
They're making a lot of money.
They're making money and they're making everyone happy. It is possible to please people because the problem is what we're trying to do. Instead of pleasing what they're doing, pleasing what customers want, we're just trying to make money. It displeases us. You want satisfaction from the gamers, and then which will help get money.
You can look at Riot Games like you look at Sony. You look at Riot Games and you say, "Wow, they give us this free game, and if we want, if we like the game, it's a well built game." And they say, You know, hey, if you like the game, buy a character skin. And people buy that shit. Like, fucking Taylor buys, like, $100, $200 in character skins. Good.
If your message has, like, a genuine smile to it, it goes a long way.
And Sony was just like, hey, pay for our subscription. You don't, so you can play online or whatever. And we'll give you a couple free games. And hey, you know what? We'll bring all this stuff to you. And hey, here's a free service. Here's a free this. That's what you do, dude.
I mean,
you don't fucking buy an entire IP and then keep it on your console. So people have to buy a console. Yeah. I'm so fucking pissed about that, dude.
It's not even their idea.
I'm so mad
about
that. They
buy someone else's idea. That's ridiculous. Well, it's like, come up with your own games.
I wonder if...
Yep, exactly, dude.
At the same time, it's like, we can say, like, go Sony, screw Microsoft. But at the same time, I wonder if Sony's going to do the same thing. And if they do the same thing,
Sony's going to retaliate, but they're going to retaliate in a smart Sony way. Like they did at E3 when they were just mocking them and making
they know that fans are pissed. They're not going to do the same thing and make fans even more pissed.
Well, you remember when the Xbox or Microsoft had that thing where they're like, hey, trade in your PS3 and you get like a ton of money towards an Xbox One.
But
and then Sony retaliated. They're like, hey, you could trade in your what did they say?
Let your friend play your games.
Let your friend play your games, yeah.
Like this. There you go.
Still buy it. No, they said trade in your PS3 and you get a Xbox One for $400 instead of $500. And Sony was like, how about you? Sony was like, keep your PS3 and buy an Xbox for $400 or buy a PS4 for $400.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious, like just shit like that.
It was a smart
give them a jab back.
Yeah,
well, they should. I mean, just
like good. That's good business, dude.
Hopefully they do. I mean, I'm still upset about the PlayStation Now bullshit of the price.
I think they'll
value.
fix that.
I mean, it's just like there are a couple of things, and they talk about EA subscription still not a good value for.
But you know what?
Say. I mean, maybe they're right, but the PlayStation Now, I mean, they're kind of hypocritical on different parts.
Even though PS Now doesn't work for everybody, it definitely doesn't work for any of us. I'm pretty sure. It's like we don't have to have it.
No, you don't.
That's not. You could just say I don't want it, and then just throw it aside and forget about it.
Well, you can say that same thing.
We're not being penalized for that.
Well, that's true, and yeah, I mean, someone
you can't
can
do that with Kinect.
And
well, I was
to
gonna
be
say
fair,
with Last of
PS
Us,
Now is still in beta. It's not figured out yet.
That's fine. But you could. I know what you said. Like, when people are like, "Oh, you don't have to buy the DLC in certain games." You don't have to buy it. You can still play the game. Yes, but I don't mind if there's that deal. I mean, actually, I'm not a big fan of DLC. It's just part of the thing. The only time I really mind DLC is when it changes the fucking game. When it changes.
Yeah.
Like,
even remember COD, dude? I think it also got really bad with COD when they released map packs, and then when you'd go into like a party with your friend and select team deathmatch, if you didn't have you play you'd play a few games with your friends, and then the next map would come up, and then it would boot you out and say, "Oh no, you don't have the compatible map packs." It would boot you out of your friend's party, and then they would still be in the game. Yep. You're just like, really?
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah, that happened too many times.
Assholes.
And fucking.
What it should be is if your friend has the map, you can play this one match with them, or
just don't put it in rotation,
or just don't put that map in if. No one has it.
Or just give the map for free because it's a game. And,
I paid $60
and the remastered maps
exactly.
are probably the last 2 Call of Duty games. Like, God, dude. The video game world is so messed up right now.
It is.
I mean...
It needs to gather its feet, and I think Sony's on their best feet right now.
We need a president of gaming.
Hideo Kojima.
Would you mind if...
Someone to make the changes.
Would you mind if the prices went up for games? But
they're already high.
They're already too high.
Well, they were always that high.
Look at PCs, dude. PCs charge $40 to $50 per game because they don't have all the extra licensing bullshit. There's so much shit in console games that shouldn't be there in terms of licensing and stuff that they could knock out and sell for $40, $50. They would increase sales selling at $40 to $50.
They would. I agree.
So it's like, come on, dude. Like, level with us. Look at Last of Us. Sold it for $50. They're like, you know what? Take $10 off.
Yeah, and they added in all that other stuff.
Like,
they added all the DLC.
Yeah.
$30 worth of DLC, I think. Yeah.
You know what, dude? It's just like, oh man, Microsoft. They're on my shit list right now, dude. I don't even want an Xbox One anymore. I'm so sick of it, dude.
I'm gonna laugh, dude. If it is exclusive to Xbox One, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it is exclusive to Xbox One. You're gonna piss off a lot of people, and then, like you said, someone's gonna retaliate, or Sony, or is gonna retaliate in a fashion or something. But say it is timed exclusive and it gets released for PC and PS4. Which, speaking of PC, side note, speaking of PC, there people were, I was reading comments, people were like, not even for PC, like, this is fucked up because usually Xbox PC. Yeah, exactly. They do the PC.
They want that hardware sales.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like no PC. So they're like, this has to be timed. It has to be timed. People are like, no, they specifically said exclusive. It is exclusive.
Like
they
Halo.
fucking bought them out. Yeah. Like, it's theirs. They're holding it in their hands.
There's no single reason that Crystal Dynamics wouldn't develop for PS4 and other and PC, other than the fact that they were bought out by Microsoft. That's the only way, dude. Like, they develop for every console. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Look at Metal Gear. They went to different consoles. Like, now they just took a step back into, like, 2005.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
PS4 is selling...
And a sequel.
And you know what? Crystal Dynamics is hemorrhaging money because of the original the Tomb Raider reboot that was on 360 and PS3. So they really need that backup, and I bet Microsoft came in there.
Oh yeah, they're like, guess what? You can make.
They're like,
you
dude,
can make
hey, we'll give you like a shitload of money. You know, get your studio back up and get everything, running again, get everything great. If you keep this on our console, and they had to do it, they were cornered. Dude.
I mean, I would. I mean, if you're like, okay, you can have this job, you might have it for a year and a half, or I'll guarantee 10 years. Which one are you gonna say?
I'm pretty sure
I'm gonna say 10 years.
If it is timed exclusive, and that shit comes out on PS4. Everyone's just gonna fuck. They'll have the what do they call them? Like the quarter final sales. I can't think of the name. Where everyone kind of gets the numbers from how many units were sold and shit. Yeah. If it is time exclusive and it's on PS4 and they show the numbers, you'll see like Xbox have like the lead and then PS4 just like this fucking through the roof. Dude.
They're not gonna.
Oh yeah. Do you think they're actually say it was like a year and stuff? Do you think people are actually gonna it's okay?
A year, no, because the game will be fucking done. Like, it's not hot and fresh, man.
You're saying like a couple months?
Like say January, it fucking bounces in January.
It will.
It's not.
Honestly, if they're doing all this stuff,
then if it doesn't, then
exclusive, I really think they're just gonna keep it that way.
Then Crystal Dynamics fucking shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
they're fucking idiots.
They did. Yeah.
They ruined their potential sales, dude. They could have fucking quadrupled their fucking profits.
They might have bought their immediate survival, but the long-term survival is gone.
Right? Why would you think Crystal Dynamics would want to develop for like the lowest selling console right now? Come on,
they were giving a lot of money.
What are you doing? You're passing up PC and you're passing up PS4.
That's two platforms.
What are you doing?
You really think
there's only one reason?
So Microsoft offered them enough money to cover all three platforms?
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Microsoft.
Wait, what's the third one? PC?
PC, yeah. PC.
Well, they didn't announce PC.
Technically, if they're doing Xbox 360, then Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, PC, Xbox One.
You know they did. I mean, obviously they wouldn't sign it. You wouldn't sign a deal if you weren't sure.
That's stupid. They would have made more money the other way because.
No, that's not true.
Because
you don't know how much money they actually put down for it.
No, they would have made more money in the long term.
But you're not sure. We don't have any idea.
Well, no, because what they're doing here is they're alienating people.
It's gonna suck if this game.
Oh yeah, Microsoft just proved that they don't give a shit about the gamers with this move. They proved that they'll do anything for cash, for a quick buck, dude.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to get people to buy the console, and they're saying, "Fuck the gamers."
They have the
we don't
same
care.
mindset.
Yeah,
I think one Xbox One is being sold to every 3 PS4s. I think it is.
Yep,
like
it's 1 to 3.
Yeah, it's 1 to 3 ratio. It's 3-to-1 ratio, and it's their fucking console's hurting right now, and they need like that fireball, dude, that Hadouken, dude, that fucking
Hadouken?
Yeah, whatever.
Hadouken!
The comeback, dude, and here it is, man.
That's not it. That's not it.
Watch fucking Tomb Raider.
Not it.
No.
Watch Tomb Raider not sell. It's gonna sell, but not sell.
It's not going to meet the expectations that they want.
If I don't play Tomb Raider, I want to play Tomb Raider, yes, but it's not like, oh my god, I haven't played Tomb Raider. I mean, it's just it doesn't have all those it doesn't have everything that you really need in a game. It's great.
When I saw the trailer at E3 for Xbox, I was like, oh sweet, new Tomb Raider. I'm like, okay, next.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Like, even if it's really hard. I mean, can you let's just really quick. Let's think of a couple games that like are worth buying that system. I'm gonna say
for Xbox.
No, just any game that you're like.
Destiny was a console exclusive.
I was thinking Destiny. I was thinking Metal Gear. Just because I love Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy game.
You say Final Fantasy?
Well, at one time it was.
If it was Chris's favorite game, whatever that.
Last Guardian.
Whoa! Whatever the what?
Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. Good night, everybody.
Zelda.
How about this?
Good night, everybody.
Zelda could be a thing. What about Order 1886?
No. That's not. No.
But it looks so good though.
Drive Club, no.
No.
God of War 4, yes. Uncharted
God of
4,
War,
yes.
you think God of War?
Batman Arkham
God of
Knight,
War.
yes.
Watch Dogs did build up the hype, but it ended up not fulfilling it.
I don't think God of War.
You know what? I'm going to go against what all three of you are saying. I'm going to say I wouldn't buy anything console just for the one exclusive, because I hate exclusives.
So that means if Last Guardian came out, you wouldn't buy it.
No, I would be pissed off.
You would.
I want Last Guardian to come out for Xbox as well.
It's not.
I want it to come out for Wii U. I want it to come out for PS4. I hate exclusive games, dude. They need to come out on every system to give every fucking gamer a chance to play it. I'm so sick of the exclusives. The time content. I'm so sick of it all, dude.
It's all
give everybody the games, dude.
I agree. It's like I agree, and
You're alienating the community.
No, hold on. I agree, and like I kind of like I struggle with it because it's like exclusives to me is like on a like say I'm a Sony guy, so I like their ecosystem. So exclusives to me is like having the keys to your own car, man. It's like I don't want to give it to you. Like I don't like.
Yeah,
you.
but
like
wouldn't you?
Form of
You know,
selfishness.
how much?
You like
yeah.
having that experience.
But
to
wouldn't
yourself.
you mind, like, because we're in a gamer jar right now? Wouldn't you guys like
What?
it if we could play Titanfall right now on PS4?
Yes.
Or if we could play
And-
Halo a reboot on PS4?
or the Zeldas and stuff.
Yeah, but
It's all about
I
the
would
console of your
hate playing
choice.
as Zelda on Xbox.
What about
Oh,
people
no, I
who?
I wouldn't like
well,
that.
let's just
I
say.
just
Well,
wouldn't.
but
I don't
just
know why.
I know what you're saying, and I see your point, and that'd be amazing. But at the same time, it wouldn't sell. If there was, I mean, we would go.
You know what?
Xbox One or
Then
PS4?
that's when the developers start pulling a not Microsoft and they start selling, like developing. Why should I buy if there's no exclusives? Imagine exclusives were eliminated. If they said, okay, well now there's 3 consoles. There's a Nintendo, Wii, whatever the hell they come out with next, and then there's the
We everyone.
the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever the next one is. What if they said, hey, there's no exclusives, and you look at all 3 of these consoles? How are they going to sell you? They're going to have to build
The most
something,
powerful console.
the most powerful, and they're going to have features on it that isn't on another console.
So exclusive features. It's
Features.
Still, it's still
So
gonna
not
go back to
games.
It'd be
exclusive.
exclusive.
features like TV, features like some kind of 4K, like stuff like that.
Apps.
Yeah,
Or-
it's all about
or-
it's all about these developers, these big Fortune 500 companies putting money into their console in order to get people to buy.
But then this is where a problem happens, right? This is where you get a monopoly because there's going to be clearly one better console to buy with all the games.
Yeah,
and
currently
everything.
if
and then
It
what,
depends, dude.
wait. What Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony have is competition. Okay, it breeds equality. It allows for not one company to completely screw over the gaming nation. If Sony was the only one in power,
They would
they'd
screw
be
us
greedy.
over.
They would screw us
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Games would be
Everyone
$120.
screws over. That's the thing.
Be done.
Right
but
now.
the fact that there is competition and there's these exclusives, it breeds creativity, competition.
But I think that they could, without exclusives, they could do something like exclusive features on the console that could sell that console. Like Xbox One's more focused towards selling TV. People who want more TV will buy that, and more
It's failing.
entertainment. I know. Well, hey,
Did it
for
work?
us it
Compared
is.
to
For us it
PS4,
is because we we're the gamers. PS4 is
Still
solely marketed towards games and next generation features,
Yeah.
like PlayStation Now, other things like that. Nintendo is focused on innovation with how you play.
Nintendo's focused
They
on
got their own
themselves.
things, but give me Mario on PS4. How weird, but awesome would that
It's
be?
not, I mean,
You
it's
can play it
just-
all in one thing.
Yeah, I
Nintendo's
mean,
never
ideally
gonna do
for us
that.
it would sound awesome, but then there's just too many cons that Rich said that would happen for the fact that it
I think they could do it, man.
Because right now, we don't want to buy a Wii U if we could get every single game on the PS4.
That's
Because
just
obviously,
it.
better
Yeah.
graphics, better everything.
So the
now
Nintendo
Nintendo's done.
Nintendo's a developer then. Nintendo's
Okay,
just a developer.
pretend I didn't say anything about the Wii U because the Wii U was marketed terribly.
Wii U was.
If it was the Wii sold like hotcakes.
Wii was
dude.
marketed perfectly.
But
Wii
it
was
had
marketed perfectly.
exclusives 'cause
But
it's
and
motion.
people bought it because the old people like that motion weird stuff. The kids like the motion stuff. And it's like,
Zelda
dude, that's
was
so
on
people
it.
who like
Mario
that kind of
Galaxy was
those
on
kind
it.
of next generation gadgets or whatever, like Project Morpheus, whatever. People like that stuff, and the people that want to buy that will go buy that. People that want more TV will buy Xbox. People that want next generation features will invest more money into a PS4. Like they're different steps of what you want out of your gaming console.
Exactly.
And I think if they eliminate exclusives and
They
stick
won't,
to
but
features,
Never happen.
They all already offer unique.
I know it'll
things.
never happen, but I'm saying it'd be a smart move. It'd be
I
awesome.
think it'd be smart.
close-
It'd be a smart move for gamers.
The
It'd be a good
closest
move for
thing you
gamers.
have to a universal console that has every game on it is PC, because you can emulate anything on there. There's
basically.
just a handful of games that you really cannot
But you
play.
pay the
on
price
PC.
for it.
You do pay the price
You
for
pay a
it.
big price for it.
For
if one
one
thing
that
goes
can
wrong,
run
everything goes wrong.
everything, yes, you pay a good price. But it's
I
out
don't
there.
It's like it is the closest thing you can get.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
It's
man.
never gonna
This-
happen.
This shit's been
You need
happening
the big
since like
thing.
Genesis and Nintendo, Sonic and fucking Mario, or even before that, man.
Atari,
It's just-
Ping versus Pong.
Well, you know what I mean, dude.
I just
you know,
think
it's
no.
just like,
I think it's a bad idea. I mean, I could see that it'd be awesome to play
But I
Mario
think-
on PS4.
I
It's
think
just
there's-
never gonna happen. It's never gonna be a good idea because it's gonna make one monopoly over the other. There's no possible way it would not
But I
change
think
that.
there's one difference between a developer like Naughty Dog saying, "Hey, we want to develop exclusively for the PS4 because we like how their hardware works. We like the dev kits. We like that, whatever." But it's a different story when you're like, "Hey, dude, develop just for our console. Like, we need your sales. Come on, like, just screw everybody else. Just develop for our console." Big difference, and that's what I think they need to eliminate as that kind of shit.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
never
killing
gonna,
it.
It's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be competition like that.
I think there's Tomb Raider things that cause a huge uproar. So hopefully,
well, I think how they
people
did
learn.
it and how they portrayed it was a bad issue, and that's why it's causing a big deal.
Yep.
But before it was just kind of secretly like, it's okay if Halo goes for Microsoft because that's Halo's. I mean, that's Microsoft's thing. That's theirs.
That is theirs.
It's okay if we go from Uncharted to PS4 or PlayStation because that's PlayStation thing, and I'm fine with that stuff. Just how they did this one, where it was a Universal, and then they took over it.
Where it was a clear buyout.
Where it was
clear buyout.
Clear buyout's
That's
see,
annoying.
and I can see that's the problem with that. But I think exclusives are kind of nice for you get the. I mean, I understand that we want other gamers to play certain things, and it's cool that you could all interact, but it's just not feasible, and it's not going to sell. I mean, you're going to have to choose, and then they want you to choose because they want you to buy. Because not everyone's going to have every system. So they're like, okay, well, how can we make them have our system over their system? And
with the games.
And that's the only thing it's going to come down to is exclusives. Now, Microsoft tried their different way using TV, but obviously
and
that...
And they both failed.
And they both fail, so what are they going to do?
Kinect out of the equation now.
No.
So what are they going to do? Desperate move. Take more shit away from the gamers and piss them off.
Well, what else would they do? What else would they do?
What are they...
Seriously. But we all know that the PS4 is currently and is a better system than the Xbox One, and it is selling better.
Yeah.
So what could they possibly do to have that? So to that point...
build a new console.
Have exclusives. So they're desperate. The only reason they're doing this is because they're desperate, and that's how it is.
And that concludes this depressing and rage-induced episode.
Angercast.
The Angercast, yeah, dude, is intense. J-Bone's like ready for a nap.
I'm thinking about like all of it, man.
It's hitting you, huh?
Yeah,
it
pisses me off, and it's
very
like
emotional.
It's like the love of your life got on a plane and left for the rest of your life, and now it's just hitting you. Huh?
It's like oh man, it'd be so cool to play Zelda and all these like all in this like one unit, but it's never gonna happen, man. It's like money. It's all about money, dude. It's all about money,
just
man.
Do some illegal shit on the PC and you got it all.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I might end up starting to do that.
It's only illegal if you're not using your game to emulate it. Emulation is completely legal. I'm using my actual copy of the game, so
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. Before we go, we're gonna do a quick J-Bone's rapid fire.
This is also the long cast.
Yeah. The long cast.
The long anger cast.
All right, J-Bone. 3, a 2, a 1.
I'll try to make this as quick as I can. First one I had was Rise of the Tomb Raider. Obviously, we just talked about that, so skip.
Talk about it again.
Okay, I'll just... Shh. Rise of the Tomb Raider, a sequel to the Smash franchise, reboot Tomb Raider by Crystal Dynamics, is said to be at holiday 2015, exclusive, not timed for Xbox. Boom. That was quick. My tongue is slipping. DayZ is announced for PS4, which I thought was pretty cool. Tearaway, which is a game on Vita, new game is called Tearaway Unfolded. An expanded retelling of the original game for Vita is now adapted for the PS4 and rebuilt from the ground up with bigger, prettier world running at 1080, targeting 60 frames per second. Targeting. All right. Yeah. Speaking of Vita, it was virtually a no-show at Gamescom. Completely like a fart in the wind. From the makers of Heavenly Sword, Enslaved, and Devil May Cry comes Hellblade, first to PS4.
Yeah.
Until Dawn, a game called Until Dawn has made the switch to current gen PS4, arriving on PlayStation 4 sometime next year, 2015. Until Dawn is about helping. It's a survival horror. It's about helping 8 friends survive a night of living hell. A serial killer is on the loose, and you're entrapped due to a heavy snowstorm. So it's kind of like a Evil Dead type thing. The movie Destiny is the most pre-ordered new IP in gaming history. Keyword new IP, according to GameStop.
What does that mean?
It is the most. Yeah, okay. Upcoming PS4 system update, version 2.0, is to add SharePlay, YouTube, and even more little features to come. PS4 exclusive called Alien Nation was announced with little details yet to show, and I think they were the makers who made Dead Nation, right? Okay. Sony announced that they sold 10 million units worldwide to people in homes. That's fucking insane because they were at 7 million in April or May, and then they sold 3 in August 12th.
Yeah. A year.
Xbox, a 1 terabyte Xbox One bundled with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare announced for $499 without the Kinect. So if you're cool,
that's not bad though.
That's not bad. It's actually not bad.
You get a free terabyte.
And it's a custom looking Xbox One, so it's got that model. It's got the Call of Duty. Yeah. Sony revealed today that PlayStation TV is heading to North America on October 14th and Europe on November 14th. Whatever. The Evolve beta on Xbox One kicks off in January. Obviously, they got delayed. And last but not least, Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro team up for a new Silent Hill game.
Woo! And that concludes Podcast, episode 14. Let that sink in. J-Bone's Rapid Fire Reviews.
That made me happy. What you said was happy.
Bob out and the Seventh Sword. Signing out.
Josh J.